Well, Star Wars Celebration in Japan is coming up. Excitement is building for Star Wars Celebration 2025, with Lucasfilm officially confirming the 4 key panels set to take center stage at the highly anticipated event, taking place at the Makuhuri, I'm sorry if I messed that up, Messe in Japan from April 18th through the 20th. This year's celebration is seen as a crucial moment for the franchise, following a challenging year for Star Wars. Lucasfilm has announced the 4 major ticketed panels that will deliver the biggest updates. And for those who have never been to a Star Wars celebration, there's usually 1 panel per day, or sometimes 2, which are the major events that take place in the main hall in the arena. This year on Friday, April 18th, there will be one about the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. On Saturday, April 19th, Andor, a Star Wars story, will be featured in one panel, and a second panel featuring Ahsoka. And on Sunday, the 20th, a first look at Star Wars Visions Volume 3. Notably, the absence of the Lucasfilm Studio Showcase, which has been a staple for the major franchise announcements in previous years, suggests a shift in focus. Instead of unveiling new projects, Lucasfilm appears to be doubling down on generating excitement for confirmed productions. What a great idea. The Mandalorian and Grogu panel is expected to reveal significant casting details for Star Wars' theatrical return in 2026. Andor Season 2, which is premiering just days after Celebration on April 22nd, will likely share some exclusive footage. And meanwhile, Ahsoka Season 2, which is rumored to start filming later this year, could feature some concept art and updates from Dave Filoni. Finally, Star Wars Visions Volume 3 is expected to drop on May 4th and may give attendees an early look at a full episode. While the showcase is missing, major reveals are still likely, ensuring that Star Wars Celebration is a place you must be as a fan in 2025. Nick, you and I, when this list came out, we both kind of were like, no surprises in that at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't, for me, it wasn't anything earth-shattering, and I've been to a couple of celebrations. We've got friends going to this one in Japan. In fact, JD says, in the chat, he's pumped. He's getting things finalized for his trip.
Awesome.
It feels pretty safe. It feels pretty straightforward. Now, that doesn't mean there's not going to be surprises along the way. That doesn't mean there's not going to be some other panels, some other reveals. We know Andor Season 2 drops on April 22nd, which is right after Celebration in Japan ends. So, we were in Anaheim a couple years ago. We got to see the first 2 episodes of Kenobi, at Celebration at that panel. We got to be a part of that. But when I saw these, I went, it feels pretty safe. And I don't know, I don't want to be too critical. I don't want to say, oh, it's Japan, it's the other side of the world. And, there's a bunch of Japanese Star Wars fans. I'm not taking away from them. But for the other half of the world that is a Star Wars fan, is this, is it kind of a thing because we're coming back and in, 2 years from now, it's going to be 2027. It's going to be 50 years of Star Wars.
Right.
Is that going to be where we're going to get bigger things? I'm excited for it. If they stream it, I'm going to watch it. If they don't, I'm going to be checking social media, trying to find out who leaked a clip, who did whatever. But when I saw those first initial, 4 releases, I went, okay, cool. Like it wasn't a huge reveal, but that's also not how you do huge reveals. Huge reveals are left for in the room. So,
yeah. Any thoughts on this sort of approach, Kelsey?
First of all, that's a fine for that burp there.
Yeah, it was. Yep. We'll blame it on this guy right here.
No, I mean, I think you kind of covered it. They did play it a little safe, but I still think it's probably going to be a pretty fun experience for the fans. And I mean, just the artwork alone, like I'm looking at it's like I wish I could fly out to Japan for just even one of those posters.
100%.
They're I don't know. I've never seen artwork like that I was like, yeah, I can probably drop 1,000 on this flight, right?
Just for the pass. You get the great artwork.
Yeah. What's the line of responsibility here?
Yeah.
But I think there is something to be said. I think Lucasfilm is looking at 2 things. Number one, I think we were referencing it a little bit on the previous story, but they've been burned before. They don't want to come out and talk about all these things that are not coming or will be coming. second thing is I think it's a direct shift in the way Star Wars is going to move. I think we're going to see fewer things every year, and I think they are going to make bigger deals out of them. So I think that the the Mandalorian and Grogu panel will be sort of like when they had the Last Jedi panel, and I think they're going to get a trailer. I think we're going to get some big stuff out of it. I think it's going to be a bigger deal. So